Hello, this is the Negro Exciting News Fun Show, and I'm your host, DJ S. So, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the UK government plans to end the war on drugs. Yeah, so I was listening to LBC Radio about 3 days ago, and they was talking about this. Right, so will all drugs be legalized in the UK? Yeah, so I mean, anyone who lives in the UK now, we're familiar with the smell of skunk marijuana everywhere we go. Yeah, you know, just wafting out of everywhere, wafting out of buildings, wafting out of homes. A car passes by, we can smell is skunk. Yeah. So I mean, if the government ends its war on drugs, it won't be just skunk you'll be smelling, it'll be just legalized drugs. Everything will be legalized, including class A drugs. Yeah. So that means the legalization of heroin, the legalization of cocaine, and obviously other stuff too, ecstasy tablets. Yeah. Ketamine. Yeah. I mean, there's so many drugs out there. I don't even know the names of all of them. I only know the main drugs. Yeah. So, yeah, the usual argument is we'll be able to tax it and stop criminals getting the money. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's easy for the government to win the argument because once they say money, the jealousy human beings have, once they say, oh, we'll stop the criminals getting the money and we'll take the money, everyone goes, yeah, yeah. What are the government going to do with the fucking money? Yeah. I mean, under austerity, yeah, they're closing down the hospitals. They've closed down so many police stations. Yeah. What will the government do with the money to help the average person? Will the government just line their own pockets with the money? Yeah. Or will big business and the banking system get the money? Because I'm sure the ordinary citizen, won't get the money. The money won't filter down to the ordinary citizen. Yeah. So this argument about we'll tax the money and stop criminals getting it, that doesn't work with me. Might work with the average person, but it's not working with me. I don't believe that if they tax that money, it's gonna help me or anybody else apart from the government themselves and their closest associates and whoever they're doing business with. Yeah. So basically, what about the drug addicted ridden society? Like I said before, already have skunk marijuana everywhere you go. You cannot leave your home and escape the smell of skunk marijuana. So what we're gonna have now? We're gonna have drug addicts everywhere you go. Yeah, there's gonna be a drug addict on the corner. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got this marijuana called Spice. Yeah, which was a legal high. The government introduced it as a legal high, and I've seen countless videos on YouTube about the effects this synthetic marijuana has on people. Now, one of the side effects of it is they just freeze. They freeze like a statue, and they just stand there. In their mind, it's totally normal. They're not doing nothing wrong. But to any sane, sober person, it's not normal, is it? You don't just freeze. I see people just freezing, just frozen. Yeah, might be in the middle of the night. They're just frozen, standing up, frozen. Yeah, we don't need this kind of society. We don't need the kind of society. I mean, it's already bad enough with alcohol. Yeah, there's people in the shop doorway. Oh God Almighty! The other day I saw a man. He was in the shop doorway. He vomited on himself. Yeah, Then I saw like a Chinese couple, and they were just youngsters, really. And the guy was trying to take care of the female girl. There was vomit everywhere. Yeah. I don't know if he was giving her water. There was water there. Maybe he thought if he gave her water, it would stop her vomiting. It was ridiculous. And that wasn't really that late either. That would have been about probably 20 past 10 in the evening. Yeah. That was in the West End area of London. And, everywhere you go, you got drunk people on the floor. I mean, how has this become normal? That everyone just accept this is normal? It's supposed to be a civilized country, a civilized society, and people are just vomiting everywhere. Everyone's just drunk. They can't control themselves. How does this become normal? How does this poison called alcohol become normal? That people just behave this way? Yeah. But for instance, now there'd be a function in a bar or a club, and you'll go out with your workmates, your work party, and then they might say, for instance, there's an after dinner speech or whatever. But then after that, now the formalities are out the way. Everyone just gets drunk. So, you started vomiting, yeah, or maybe you drank too much. Now you're aggressive. You want to fight everyone. And then you behave this way. Then the next day you go into work like, oh, I was drunk, and that's acceptable. Whatever you do when you're drunk, somehow it gets waved away. Oh, he was drunk. Oh, she was drunk. I'll forget about it. Do you know what I mean? So on top of all of that now, the alcohol problem, now the government want to legalize drugs. Yeah, I think it's a bad idea. Yeah. Like, we already have enough zombies everywhere. Yeah. You got people in the road. Yeah, if you go down the west end of London, yeah. I mean, today's the 1st of October, yeah? So maybe now, the system, the government, the banking system, the business people, it's nice the 1st of October, they're thinking about the next big event to make money, yeah? So, when they start putting up Christmas lights, I'm sure if you go down the West End, before the end of October, they'll start putting up Christmas lights. All the Christmas lights will already be up. So what I'm actually saying is now, you got aisles in the road, like Oxford Street. You got an aisle, like kind of partitioning the traffic going one way, the other way. You got the same thing on Regent Street, yeah. And now, for some strange reason, human beings are on those aisles. Yeah, those aisles are to separate the traffic. It's not for you to take pictures. I mean, you got literally people lying down on their stomach taking pictures of people, of their friends. Yeah, I mean, suppose a vehicle comes off the road and hits that person on the aisle. The aisle is not there for that. Yeah, sitting down, chilling out with their friends on the aisle in the middle of the road. Yeah. So like I'm saying, once the Christmas lights go up, now that's an extra reason for people to be just in the road taking pictures of the lights, taking selfies, doing everything stupid. So, once you bring the drugs into that, yeah, what is it going to be like? Yeah, what will it be like? Yeah, if people are drugged up, Christmas lights are up, yeah. What will it be like? It'd be utter chaos. I mean, sometimes you can't even drive down the road. There's literally people just in the road thinking they have priority over vehicles. The roads are for motor vehicles, bicycles. Now we have rickshaws, yeah. The roads are not for human beings to dilly-dally in. Now in America, they have jaywalking laws. I mean, every time I leave my home, I'm thinking, should the UK government are bringing jaywalking laws because people are just in the road acting stupid. They just walk. They just literally walk out in front of you. Yeah, they literally just walk out in front of you. They don't look. Yeah, they think, oh, you're supposed to watch me. You're supposed to. I mean, like all reality is like becomes suspended. Yeah. I said there's a group of people. Once one person does everything, all the friends follow. So now they'll be in the road, and instead of crossing the road as quickly as possible, they just start dilly-dallying, messing around. You know, won't be surprised if one of them put down a fucking blanket and they start having a picnic in the middle of the road. But it's how stupid people are now. Yeah, and the concentration span of the average human being is like 1 second now. I mean, they just literally forget. Yeah, looking at their phone, doing everything stupid. So, you know, if these drugs are legalized, what will it be like? You know, there's been so many movies. We've all seen these movies and these TV shows. There's zombies, and the only way to get them out of the way is you literally have to shoot them out of the way or ram them with your car. I mean, it's like that already. It's just that people are not hitting them and shooting them and ramming them. I mean, what will society be like? Yeah. You know, I am definitely not one for legalizing drugs. Yeah. I mean, who gains from the drugs being legalized? Only the fucking banking system. So, oh, we'll have shooting galleries. Can you believe that? Actually announcing on the radio, and they want you to think it's okay. Oh, we'll have shooting galleries. Shooting galleries. Shooting galleries, my fucking foot. So you're gonna have like a kind of a doctor's surgery where people can go in and inject drugs. That's how they tell you the story. So you'll knock off of work, or you'll come out the shop doorway where you sleep in a cardboard box, and you'll go into a gallery and you'll inject drugs into your vein, and then just carry on as normal. That's how they're talking to you, and they want you to believe it's perfectly okay. Yeah. So the money argument. We'll tax the drugs, and the drug dealers won't make the money. Yeah. But then the government become the drug dealers then, don't they? Yeah. And we think like the government are here to look out for us. The government have our best interests at heart. Now the government, I mean, also, if the drugs become legalized, yeah, let's think about this. Let's think about this from another angle. Now, say for instance, now you take drugs now, yeah? You take drugs, you know, your favorite artist, pop artist, rock artist, hip hop artist, they take drugs, they promote drugs in the records or the images, they take drugs, whatever the case may be, Amy Winehouse, Lil Wayne, whatever, yeah? So, you know, somehow you fall into drugs when you're a teenager, yeah? But it's illegal, you're scared, you try your best not to get caught, you hide it from your parents, yeah? What happens when the system legalizes drugs? Yeah? They'll be teaching the kids in school, and it'll be all like under the guise of helping you to take drugs safely. But what they'll really be doing is promoting drugs that kids grow up to take them. Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll talk to you about drugs at school, but the pretense will be, okay, you take drugs in a safe fashion, use a clean needle, all this kind of bullshit, but they'll just be training the kids to be drug addicts. Yeah, that's exactly where it will go. and they'll be encouraging you to take drugs. So whereby the way it is now, you'll fall into it by mistake, or you go to a club, and whatever the case may be. Now the government will be literally encouraging you to take drugs. Yeah, you walk down the street, there'll be a poster on the wall, or even worse than that, there'll be fucking neon signs, won't there? Yeah, there'll literally be neon signs advertising drugs and where you can take drugs. I mean, once they start this thing about legalizing drugs, there'll be no stopping what they do to get the money, because all they want is the money. Yeah, they've somehow, brainwashed everyone into thinking, we're only here for money. Yeah, humans are only here for money, to generate money for the government. And actually got people now brainwashed that they want to pay tax. Yeah, they want to pay taxes. I mean, why would anybody want to pay tax? Yeah. So the government will make sure that when the kids leave school, yeah, they'll think drug addiction is normal, and they'll literally be trying to get a job so they can get our drugs to take. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Yeah. End the war on drugs. Why would you end the war on drugs? Yeah. Oh, we've been fighting the war on drugs for 20 years. We're losing the battle. Let's give up. Why don't we just legalize it? We're losing the war on drugs. Yeah. Then the phone lines on the chat show, on the radio chat show opens, and then people ring up, and they have some so-called expert. Yeah. And who knows who's financing that so-called expert to say what they're saying. Yeah. And then this drug expert says everything to encourage you to want them to legalize drugs. It's just a bad idea. Yeah. I mean, how many people's lives have been ruined because of drug addiction? Yeah. Maybe even your house has been burgled because of drug addiction, or you've been mugged, robbed because of a drug addict needs the money to buy drugs. Now the government are going to legalize it and encourage that. Yeah. Could you believe it? That's a very bad idea. It's a very, very bad idea. There'll be skinny people with sunken eyes, drawn faces, everywhere you fucking go. Yeah? There's already bad enough problem in the UK now, with homeless people sleeping in cardboard boxes. It's terrible out there now. I mean, this UK government should be embarrassed. Yeah? We've got the West End of London now. Yeah? I literally have people just in cardboard boxes in shop doorways in the nights. Yeah? But there's certain people I see as well. They just literally put the blankets on the pavement around, like, the Oxford Street area. Yeah? Literally just there's three of them. Yeah? You got a man, a woman, and a dog. Yeah? They're sleeping on blankets. Can you believe it? They're sleeping on blankets, on the fucking pavement. Like it's totally normal. Yeah? Now, what will society be like if the government legalized drugs? Yeah? It's terrible. It's a bad idea. pardon me, sorry. It's a very bad idea. Yeah? It's a very, very bad idea. And I think the government needs to forget about it. Yeah? But then they might say something. Oh, after Brexit, the country's now bankrupt. We'll have to legalize drugs now. Yeah? And they're already starting this chatter like next year, March 2019, there might not be medicine, there might not be food. Yeah? They might try and legalize drugs that way. Oh, we need to legalize the drugs now because the economy is falling. And people say, yeah. And then that's the beginning of the slippery slope. Yeah? We don't want to see more drug addicts. We don't want to see more problems in society. It's already bad enough as it is. Yeah? There's not enough police to monitor the streets. We don't need more problems out there. We do not need more addicts. We do not. The hospital's already bursting to overload, yeah? The few hospitals that are left, yeah? The hospital staff already stressed. They're being attacked, yeah? By drunken louts, by crazy people. Some people, they just attack the hospital staff because they're not being seen quick enough, yeah? Now you're going to add fuel to the fire. By now, the government is legalizing drugs and you have more addicts. We don't need it. We do not need it. Bad idea. DJS, and I'm out.